Welcome to the Bridal Business Podcast. I'm Halie and this is Joshua, and on today's episode we're going to be talking about trends in bachelorette and bachelor parties. Joshua, what did you do for your bachelor party?
So I had a very small bachelor party. It was me and two of my friends from high school, and so all we did, we didn't really do much. We drank and we watched a movie. But it was funny. So the movie was The Wolf of Wall Street, and I'd never seen that movie. So
it's a good movie.
Yeah, but we had been drinking like all night, and I had to be at work at 5 a.m. the next day, just because I worked at Amazon at the time, and you know how Jeff Bezos is. So
No time off.
No time off. Yeah, because I used all of my time off for the wedding and the honeymoon. So like I wasn't allowed to take any more days off. So we just stayed at one of my friend's houses and then drank. His parents were gone for the weekend. I'm super young, so like we're like still planning this around.
How old were you?
I'm 22.
But how old were you?
I was 20. Yeah, I was 20.
Yeah.
So we were planning all this like around our parents. Oh.
Yeah, you weren't even 21
I wasn't
yet.
drinking. So we were watching Wolf of Wall Street, and then I fell asleep, woke up, went to work, but I didn't get to finish the movie. Somehow, some way, I think it was my Amazon was linked to my future father-in-law's, and I was like, well, I didn't finish the movie. I kind of want to watch I only watched like a half of the movie, so I was like, I want to watch the rest. So I got the movie and rented it off Amazon and watched it. And then I get a text from my father-in-law like an hour later. He was like, was it a good movie? And I was like, oh my gosh. And he's like the most like Christian, very like conservative person. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like this is what he saw like a week before we got married. So that was my bachelor party. What about you?
Well, so me and Paul decided to do our party together. So instead of like me just having a bachelorette or him having a bachelor, we went to our friend's beach house in Isle of the Palms, South Carolina. It's kind of near Charleston. And we brought all of our bridesmaids and groomsmen. Two of my bridesmaids couldn't go, and one of Paul's groomsmen couldn't go. But we brought our bridesmaids and groomsmen. And we had a boat day, we had a beach day, we went to a drag show, and I don't know, it's kind of been more trendy to have them together now, but we didn't do it for the reason I feel like most other people do it, which is trust issues.
Make sure Paul wasn't eyeing those drag queens.
Yeah. Right. But we had a great weekend. We bought groceries for the house, so we only ate out like one or two times. And it was a lot of fun because I knew that like, hey, I want to go to the beach because we hadn't been to the beach like all year. But we also wanted it to be cost effective. So like we didn't have to pay for the house. We just had to throw a little bit of money towards gas and food, gas for the boat and food because they had a boat. So we made it very cost effective. Shout out to John and Matt for the boat and beach house. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. And we didn't have to spend a whole lot of money, which I was very thankful for.
Yeah, it's always crazy. Like whenever I'm in places like Florida visiting family or Savannah, like you just see like big groups of girls and they're just like bar hopping. It's like they go in and it's like a group of 16 girls and they take
16, that's a big bachelorette party.
You'd be surprised how big, and they all have like matching t-shirts and the bride's wearing some like bride to be thing, and then they just go in and they all get one shot
and then they go to the next one.
And then they go to the next one. I'm like, what is this? And the shots cost like $10. I'm like, what the heck? Why not like have a party at home? I don't know.
Yeah, everybody I feel like has such different opinions on it, and really I feel like it's based on the bride, right? Because you have some brides who want to be really low-key with it and just rent a cabin or stay at a friend's house for the weekend or something like that. And then you have the brides who want to go all out and go to Miami and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars and do big extravagant things. I feel like a big issue right now that I have at least seen, you probably don't scroll TikTok like I do, but a big issue that I've seen has been all these brides wanting to go on these big extravagant trips, but the bridesmaids can't afford it. And it's caused a big divide in the bridesmaid and bride's relationships, I feel like, because I mean, when you think about it, they have to pay for hair, they have to pay for makeup, they have to pay for the dress, and that's just starting. You know what I mean? They still have to buy shoes, accessories, take the time off of work for the wedding, and that doesn't even include anything for the Bachelorette. The Bachelorette is a completely added on expense, so you're asking somebody to already spend anywhere from $200 to $500 on the wedding day, right? And then another, anywhere from $100 to even $1,000.
Probably more. Yeah.
Yeah, I know some who go to, big extravagant places, beaches, Las Vegas, California, LA, like all these different places, but it's expensive. Plane tickets are expensive. Traveling is expensive. Taking the time off of work is a whole nother thing. And I feel like a big issue is that, yes, the bride should be able to do what she wants to do for her bachelorette, but she, one, shouldn't be upset if the bridesmaids can't afford to do it, right? And two, if she is wanting all the bridesmaids to go, she needs to ask everybody and be like, hey, what can you afford? What can you, put towards this so I know what I can do? So you kind of have to make the decision of, do I want to do this big extravagant thing that I want to do, or do I want all of my girls to come? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it almost seems like common sense. Like, if your friends, like, can't afford it, like, they're not going to be able to go. Like, I wouldn't want to put my friends into debt just to go to a party with me, like...
Mm-hmm. But then on the other hand, you do have the brides who plan their wedding very early. And I feel like that is kind of an excuse if you plan your wedding 2 years early, right? Mm-hmm. And you're like, hey, I need you to have this amount of money by this time. And if they commit to that and say, okay, by this time I believe I can have that, that's one thing. If they come up short, that's kind of more on them, unless, people have financial issues. The economy sucks right now. Like, it's just, I've seen so much drama and so many issues over this, and it's definitely something I felt like we should talk about, because I know for me, like, I wasn't really upset if my bridesmaids couldn't come, but we also only asked for like $100 maybe in total from everybody. They had to drive down, and then a little bit of money towards food, money towards the t-shirts I think my sister asked for, but we stayed there for free and stuff. So there's definitely two different types of brides. There's the overly, caring and, brides kind of how they should be caring about everybody in the bridal party, and then there's the brides who are like, I want to do what I want to do, you're going to come or you're not, It's just kind of hard because, like, you really do have the rest of your life to take girls' trips. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not really a last shebang because you're not really doing anything except going out with your friends and getting trashed.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
That's always what I've kind of, like, wondered. Like, I mean, you're not doing anything. Like, I mean, not, at least most people aren't doing anything, like, crazy. Like, you're just getting drunk. Like,
yeah.
You can get drunk any day.
I do know there's some people who have waited to do it until the day before the wedding. And I never recommend that, because you have to be up so early. You're in my chair hungover getting your makeup done. That is miserable. I have definitely seen a couple of bridal parties. Don't get drunk the night before your wedding.
And then you don't sleep well, because, like, alcohol just makes you not sleep well. It just ruins your sleep.
Oh, I don't know. I kind of pass out. But I wake up really groggy.
Well, okay, so this is the nerd side of me. So, like, I, like, research psychology all the time. But when you drink, you're not supposed to drink 4 hours or less before bed, because it shortens the amount of deep sleep that you get. You'll sleep and you'll be able to go to sleep, but you'll be in, like, a light sleep the whole time, and your brain needs deep sleep to flush all the, like, fluids in your brain to
all
clean
right,
out
don't
your
drink the day before your wedding.
Yeah.
Joshua, you heard it here first. He did the research.
Yeah. But I guess that's the difference between girls and guys, because
I feel like guys are definitely more low-key. I mean, you do hear about some guys, like, going to Vegas and going to Atlanta and different things like that. You do hear of that, but those are, I feel like, normally the more bougie boys, the guys with money, the guys that, are probably going to cheat on their wife. I'm just kidding. Don't. don't give us a thumbs down for that. But I feel like guys are definitely more low-key. Like, I know my sister's husband, they went camping. I drugged my husband. He didn't want to go on, like, a guy's trip or anything. He's actually very
Okay, for a second, I was like, what'd you say?
Oh,
it sounded like you said I drugged my husband.
No. I, like, drug him to the beach with us because I was like, no, we have to go. Because he didn't want to do anything. And I was like, we're doing something and we're doing it together. Yeah,
I mean, my friends, the two people that I had at my bachelor party, they got married the next year. Or, actually, I think it was they got married last year. One, his brother-in-law, who's a huge frat dude, he threw the bachelor party, which was a lot of fun. We went to his house, played a bunch of beer pong, got super drunk, and then we went to Topgolf, and then I couldn't swing. There's videos, and those are bad. If those ever get out, my life's ruined. But,
insert clip here.
But, so that one was super fun. And then the other one, we just went to a Braves game and then went to Andretti's, the golf cart place.
That's fun.
So,
how did you feel money-wise about that? Were you like, oh, I need to save up for this, or?
So they were planned out pretty far in advance because Topgolf, we had to reserve 2 bays for Topgolf, and to reserve a bay, you have to pay, I think it's like $600 per or something per bay or something like that, but $200 gets allocated to food. So when we got there, we were able to get food and drinks and stuff. But that one was planned like 8 months in advance. And then the baseball game, I wasn't able to go to the baseball game because I had a shoot or something that morning. So then I just went to Andretti's, and I always want a good reason to spend $100 on a golf race, you know. But so no, for guys, it wasn't that expensive. And like with guys, like I feel like we would rather drink at home and then go get an Uber somewhere instead of like buying shots at the bar. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah. Smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
Girls were just like, let's go blow money and get wasted in public. We're very social creatures, though. I feel like we want to be around people, partying, having a good time, and getting people to buy our bride shots, you know, things like that. Because I've only been to one other bachelorette myself, and that was my sister's. We went to Nashville.
Nash Bash.
Oh my gosh. It was so much fun. We had so much fun. Oh God. We got like 2 hotel rooms, and the moms came. So my mom was there. My mom was there. Her husband's mom was there, and her husband's mom's sister was there. And then all of her bridesmaids, which included my little sister and Jonathan, her husband's younger sister. So it was a big party. We ate out, we bar hopped during the daytime and went to all the cool little bars, but that was cool because Nashville does have a lot of really cool bars normally you want to visit, and a lot of shops. So we had a whole like bar hopping day, a whole shopping day. That was a lot of fun. We did a party bus day. Those party buses are fun, but I was wasted by the time I got off that bus. We also went to a male strip show. I don't know exactly what you would call it. And there is a video of me that we are not going to insert here. And one of the strippers picked me up, put me over his head, Joshua. It was wild. It was a fun time, but I probably won't do it again. And Jonathan's mother actually is the one who surprised Megan with that, which really was hilarious, because like me, her, Megan, and Jonathan's sister were the ones in the front row, really having a great time, and my poor mother sitting in the back like, oh my God, what's going on? Sorry you had to see me like that, Mom. I've repented.
I think you brought up a good point, though. The difference between guys and girls is like, if a groom walks into a bar, nobody's buying him a drink. But if a bride walks into the bar, there's a likelihood that somebody's buying them a drink. And that's why like people will put like their Venmo on the back of their like car.
Oh yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
I put it on the back of my car. I think we got a good amount of money from that, I believe. A couple $100, and so did my sister. We did it for my sisters too. I think Megan got like $300 or $400, and I had got like $500 or $600. And paid for my drinks.
Yeah, exactly.
Some of my food, it was great. I highly recommend doing that. But I will say, like, the busier city you go to, like Nashville, there was a lot of bachelorette parties there. Yeah. And the drag show that we went to in Charleston, actually, there was 4 other bridal parties in there, which I was shocked at because I don't really feel like that was a big, like, bachelorette town, but I guess it's probably more local people do that. But, like, for me, like, I don't want to have my bachelorette in Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like other people travel here to have their bachelorette, you know? Which Atlanta is a really fun place to have your bachelorette because there's a lot of stuff to do downtown. But I go there all the time, so I wanted something different. I really wanted to go to the beach.
Nashville is definitely a huge place to go. I know Savannah's pretty big. Miami, of course, but I guess I don't really know anywhere else. Las Vegas.
Yeah, I feel like beaches and big party cities normally. I mean, New York. Some people go out of the country. Mexico.
That's
go to
true.
Like a resort and
stuff.
Stuff. Like,
get a resort. Bachelorette
they're
party.
in a different tax bracket than us.
Yeah. Wait, a few different tax brackets.
A few different times 5. No, but I mean, don't get me wrong. If I could afford it,
shoot, that'd be nice.
Heck yeah. But my thing is, if I were to do that, I would definitely pay for everybody to come. If I could afford to go to this big extravagant place, I can afford to bring people with me, you know? I mean, unless all my friends are rich, which that would be great, but, you know. Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
My poor nurse sister. No way. Sorry, Megan.
All right, so I saw like 5 white, 6 all white outfits. That's got to be like, even if each outfit was only $30.
Yeah.
6 times 30.
Do you know how many white outfits I bought? I actually have a TikTok of me trying on stuff for my bachelorette. Okay. And let me just tell you, I'm about to find them. I spent a lot of money on clothes because I had to buy a white bathing suit. Mm-hmm. I bought white flip-flops. I bought sunglasses.
White bride.
And
Slippers.
I bought slippers. Yeah. And then I probably bought 5 or 6 outfits in total. And I mean, yeah, I even got mine I got one dress off of Shein, one dress off of Amazon. I got a couple from Plato's Closet. Even the ones from Plato's Closet I spent $15 a piece on. And then the one on Amazon was $40, and the one from Shein's raised their prices. Shein was $40, I think. Like, it's expensive. Crazy. And then, like, most girls buy. There's a lot of high-end bridal brands that are coming out with bachelorette outfits. They're expensive. They're really, like, anything you see that's, like, jeweled and bedazzled, unless they buy it off of Amazon for cheap, can run you hundreds of dollars. Like, my reception dress for my wedding, it was short and flowy, but small, you know, the little, tiny little dress was $300.
Golly, Halie. That is crazy. Mm-hmm. $300 for that dress.
Mm-hmm. And I bought matching shoes with it.
You both bought those shoes.
Yeah, I bought them for us. I was going to get our little, like, date on it, but I was like, he won't wear these if I do that. He doesn't wear them as is because he doesn't like breaking in new shoes, but Paul, if you're watching, wear your shoes. Yeah, it's expensive. The wedding trends going on, and don't get me wrong, it's great for companies. It's great for bachelorette companies. It's great for the clothing companies. It's great for the Amazon companies who put out stuff like that. Anybody who does anything custom, like, it's great for them. But it's breaking your bridesmaids and groomsmen banks, you know?
Yeah, I would just say, like, if you're going to do it, just don't expect bridesmaids to
And then
pitch
another
in.
trend is the proposal parties and the gifts on the wedding day for them. That wasn't a thing 10 years ago. You know, like, a proposal party is a new thing. I did a proposal party. It was beautiful. It was gorgeous. I spent a ton of money on it and regret it. But it's a cool thing, like, asking them to be your bridesmaids and groomsmen and throwing a party for it. But, like, looking back on it, I could have saved so much money if I cheaped out on it. But, I mean, I guess if you have the money, go for it, you know? I feel like everybody has a different opinion on it, but my opinion is as long as you aren't hurting other people's pockets, go for it, you know?
Yeah, if you got champagne taste, you got to have champagne budget. Like, you can't expect everyone to pitch in for you to...
Mm-hmm. That's with anything in the wedding industry, though.
Yeah.
You see all these weddings on TikTok and YouTube and Facebook, and you're like, oh my gosh, I want that. But, like, that costs a lot of money. And another point to that is, like, why are people doing everything in such a short time frame? Like, you get engaged, you don't need to get married in 6 months or a year. You have...
If you're going to be with each other forever...
You don't have to rush the wedding. Save up and have the wedding you want versus cheaping out on everything. You know what I mean? That's what I did. We saved for over a year and a half because I knew what I wanted and I knew it was going to cost a lot of money. Here it is. So my Bachelorette is coming up this weekend. I am leaving on Thursday, and I thought it only appropriate to kind of show you guys my finds for my Bachelorette. So first up is my shoes. I got these pearl flip-flops, which I'm like in love with, and these slippers that say Bride Established 2022 from Versona. I went into the store in Athens. I love them. They have such cute clothes, and they're not like unreasonably priced at all. The next thing is this cute little bandeau. I'm actually wearing a black one of these right now. Like, look how cute the back is. Ignore all my mosquito bites. Mosquitoes love me for some reason. But yeah, I'm super excited to wear this with some really cute pants. And I got this from Aerie on sale. So the jewelry theme for me for my wedding and my bachelorette is pearls. So I have this pearl headband I got from Icing. And then I found these adorable like earrings that are pearled, and then a necklace to match. I did just realize though that these and my headband are gold and this is silver, so I guess I'm gonna have to go back to Target. But earrings from Walmart and necklace from Target. I've also made a TikTok about some of these items before, but I found these little flasks to carry on the boat with us at Icing. And I got 3 dresses. So this one I got for Papaya, and I actually got on sale for $15. I love this, and I actually have a belt that matches this that I'm gonna wear around my waist with some really cute rhinestone heels. These next 2 finds I'm super excited about. This dress I got from Shein. I think it was like around $70, but I originally had got this for my Stock the Bar party that we're having. And I ended up getting something else for it, so I'm gonna wear this weekend too. And I actually got this one off of Amazon. I will link it in my Amazon storefront so you guys can like go look at it. But it's just like a little strapless feather dress, and it fits me so well. So I'm super excited about this one too. I also got my white bathing suits from Target. You'll see them in the photos when I post them. And I also got some really cool like matching jewelry to match all of my stuff from Icing. So yeah, stay tuned to see how my Bachelorette weekend goes. Stay tuned to see how my Bachelorette weekend goes.
That was a lot.
This weekend, I am leaving on Thursday, and I thought it would be appropriate to kind of show you guys.
And it feels
so
like
that dress was $70.
$15.
And my thing is, I'm really somebody who doesn't like to rewear outfits. I don't know what it is. Like I'm weird about it. So I haven't worn those since the Bachelorette.
And they're all white. Like, I mean, most people don't just wear all
white
white
dresses. Yeah. I feel like I need to like resell them now. Get my money back. Just thinking of it, like even my reception dress, when am I ever going to wear that again?
No.
I need to resell my stuff. If you're want any of my outfits, let me know. Because, I mean, I probably bought, my reception dress alone was $300, so I don't know,
could start
$600.
A bridal consignment store.
Jesus, right? Just bring it up here tomorrow for the Valentine's event and be like, here, you
do you want this?
Buy my dress. No, but God, I spent so much money.
That is a lot of money.
I mean, Bachelorette and wedding included, we probably spent $40,000. Just zoom in on your face.
That's a down payment on a house.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
A hefty down payment on
a hefty down payment on a house.
Yeah, we spent a lot of money, but we saved up for 2 years, almost 2 years, and I knew what I wanted, and your girl got it. I got it, but just, gosh, if you want a big extravagant wedding, research before you set your wedding date and be like, okay, this is how much my wedding is going to be. This is what I need to save up. This is how much time I need to do that. Mm-hmm. Because you don't want to come up short. And don't get me wrong, like there are some parents who pitch in for the wedding and help with that, but like figure out what that is before you start wedding planning, because the bachelor or bachelorette is just a huge, big, unexpected expense. You know, like people don't really think about that when they're thinking about their wedding budget, but that is a thing. And then you also need to think about the people coming, you know, and what they can afford, because if you want all your people to go, you may have to pick up some slack, you know. And then not only that, there's been a big like influx in the bridesmaids all pitching in for the bride, so the bride doesn't have to pay for anything. I don't know if the guys do that too. I feel like guys don't really think about that.
I mean, yeah, we usually pay for everything and split the groom.
Yeah, but
we pay for all of our own stuff.
Yeah, and then split the groom costs. That's kind of what brides have been doing. I know for me, like, I think I paid for most of my, like, we paid for all of our food and stuff, but I think my sister bought, like, my shirt and different things like that. But I got invited to a bachelorette, and they told us, like, a month before the bachelorette, like, hey, this is what we're doing, and it's going to be $300 a person. And I was like, no.
No thanks.
Like, if you would have let me know about that, like, 6 months ago, maybe, you know what I mean? But
yeah, because it's just, like, if it's out of nowhere, it's like,
yeah, man,
we already have our budget for the month.
I have 3 kids.
Yeah.
I don't have just, like, $600 sitting in my back pocket ready to spend on you, you know? And not only that, like, it was a 2-day thing. And that's just another bride on a bougie budget that doesn't have a bougie budget herself, you know what I mean? Because I think she spent like $5,000 on her wedding. That's crazy, because that's just as much as she was about to spend on the bachelorette party. But I mean, it was everybody. But exactly. So I don't know. I feel like this just needs to be talked about. Like, God, think about other people, please. Yeah, for real. Thanks, guys, for tuning into the Bridal Business Podcast. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.